is like learning. It's lifelong.
Health research means actually a great deal to STARS. We take a pretty complex machine and we go to the sickest patients in Alberta, actually in Western Canada, and provide critical care to them.
As a student, it meant that it was going to be hard work and I didn't want very much to do with it. But as a practicing nurse for several decades, I realized that we are constantly in motion, constantly moving forward in the types of care that we provide. We're moving forward in technological systems. We're moving forward in our ability to change lives. And I think that's the thing that we have to remember is we never learn at all. There's always new things coming up we have to change. And as much as things change, then we also are comforted by the fact through nursing research and through healthcare research that things do stay the same. Caring is a concept that goes across the board, and we know what a difference that can make.
It's in every element of what we typically do. I think in my day-to-day job and some of my own personal development, I think that leadership research is very important, obviously, and to be able to utilize some of the best practices and to improve the style so that I'm able to connect better with my report.
Better health outcomes.
With my cardiac lens, it means improving practice and management for patients based on real-world evidence.
I think from my perspective, it's been pretty incredible to see the innovation over the years, which simply wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for research. In the STARS world, a good example of that is a couple weeks ago, we actually did a mission whereby it was a patient who was seriously injured in the Fernie area. Our crew went to the foothills. What was amazing about this particular mission is we have airborne ultrasound now. So they actually did a scan on board the aircraft, sent it from their iPhone to the surgeon at the foothills. And you think about that, 10 years ago that wouldn't have happened, so it's pretty extraordinary.
Health research guides my practice.
It's important in nursing because it helps us evolve as a nurse.
Health research is like a pencil sharpener. It keeps us sharp.
Health research, big part of the job I do on a regular basis. A lot of the treatments that are derived from health research. We've done a lot of treatment. When I started this career as a paramedic, we were kind of limited in what we did for cardiac patients, but due to several research studies, the ASCENT trial, the WEST trial, and the STREAM trial, we actually have progressed in the past probably decade to where we consult with cardiology online. And we are administering thrombolytics to patients in the field that meet certain criteria. We're transporting direct to PCI cath lab. We're kind of integrating ourselves into healthcare more and able to affect patient outcome in a really positive manner.
As a profession, we need to be ever vigilant and to continue to grow in using best evidence. If we as nurses do not use best evidence to inform and guide our practice, we will provide care steeped in tradition or authority, or we will use trial and error, or our intuition, or logical reasoning, or care will be based upon outdated policies and which may not then result in best patient outcome.
At Red Deer College, applied health research has become a very important and critical part of the work that we do. We believe in community, we believe in rural communities, and we believe that those communities are different from urban communities. And that's why the research we do in health focuses on smaller communities. The situation is different, the needs are different, the results are different. We find it to be critically important to continue to do that work. We support it, and we're proud of it, and we want to continue to do it. And we want to build strong, healthy, rural communities in Alberta.
I think it's the driving force behind our practice.
Positive changes.
The word research in a whole is important to all of us, especially in the healthcare industry and working with critically ill and injured patients. Anything that we can do to better and advance critical care for our patients and finding the leading edge technology to improve patient outcomes is the most important part.
RN save lives.
Improved care.
Cures for disease.
Change and innovation. Progress. The brighter future.
Applied research in health is critically important to Red Deer College, but also to the communities that we serve. It gives us the opportunity to apply our knowledge and understanding, helping to solve the needs in communities, such as assistive technologies. What's the impact of heading a soccer ball? All these aspects are so critical to helping us help our communities. What we learn, we take back to the classroom. It makes a much more engaging opportunity for our students. Completes the loop. Our students learn, our faculty learn. We get to take our learning to the community to help them. Completes the circle and makes it just a great opportunity for all involved.
Research has become something sort of mystical and magical that's hard and not very accessible to us. So I think there's two things we need to think about changing. One of them is to recognize that research is really a process that we use to help us answer a question. And we use processes all the time to help us solve problems, to help us do things. So it's really about learning the process that you need to answer a question. That's what research is. So that would make it more accessible to us. The other thing that would make it accessible is if we could write about research in a different way. It seems to me that the way research is written makes it more difficult to understand rather than easier to understand. And there may be good reason for that. I don't know what that is, but I think it's time we started thinking about how, if we're going to do research so we can make change in the system, we have to write about the research in a way that allows people to read it and understand it.
Vaccine research, I think, is one of the most prevalent areas in my mind that mean the most to me because I see it changing all the time. I think that we're a lucky place being in Canada because we get to benefit from research, not so much as other places in the world, but we're lucky here because we get to appreciate those advances.
Health research is any kind of new knowledge or new information that can be brought to me or the staff that I work with or the managers in our portfolio that can change things that they're currently doing for improved care. Like, for example, if it's a new article that they have read about a change in the way that they're doing things at any time. And they can take those changes that has been seen in the literature reviews to change those practices on the unit. I'm constantly monitoring the activity there, monitoring how our patients are interacting with our healthcare services, what kind of outcomes they're achieving, whether they're satisfied with certain activities, and whether the staff are satisfied with working here as well. So anytime any of those issues pop up as a concern, I'll ask other professionals in my field and the colleagues that I know about how they're making out with that particular issue, get good information and best practices from them, and I'll also research what's in the literature.
Health research means innovation.
Hope for the future. Research means change and innovation.
Practice evidence-based medicine.
Health research means to me that we can develop better best practice guidelines.
Health research is my tutorial prep. Health research means confusion.
When I was a third-year nursing student, and I can remember being assigned to a lady that the head nurse wasn't so sure that a student should be, but decided to take a chance on me. And this was a woman who had had esophageal cancer. And when I walked into her room, she was drinking tomato juice. And the tomato juice was coming out the side of her neck into a K basin. And I can remember standing there thinking, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? But what I learned from this woman was that they had fashioned a new esophagus for her out of a part of a sheep's colon. And what's interesting about that is that for her, that was remarkable because now she could taste just like you and I taste things. But the other thing that has happened for me is that last week or 2 weeks ago in the newspaper, I read about a child who also had esophageal cancer. And because of advances in research and in areas of health, they've used 3D scanners and I think it's called a rapid prototyping machine to create this child's esophagus out of materials that didn't exist back in the mid to late 70s when I had that lady as a patient. And so look how far we've come.
Health research means transformation.
A combination of personal and professional interests that culminate in questions that we answer for our own practice, that we hope and try and find meaning in the work we do and find evidence for the work we do for patients, families, and communities.
Means change.
Changes and solving problems with disease.
Health research means change.
Health research definitely means change.
Research means innovations.
Health research means being innovative. It means using the literature, but in a practical way. It means that it has to be attainable so that we can provide the best care that we can to the communities and families and patients that we work with. And I think we need to look at health research as broad as we can to make it meaningful.
Health research means the best patient care.
To me, as a nursing student, being able to find good research that I can integrate into my practice.
Health research means transformation.
Health research means to me is
What does health research mean to me?
Yeah.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You look beautiful.
Do I just say it now?
Yep.
Oh, change.
I can always cut and edit. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay.
I can't do this.
Take two.
Yeah. We're pretty good.
We are. I'm not gonna lie.
Health research.
Are you gonna include some of the bloopers?
Don't you dare put that in.